Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn responds to Tyson Fury's deadlines for today, and this is what Eddie Hearn had to say. I don't want to get involved with back and forths that are going to negatively impact this fight being made. But to be honest, we are quite baffled by the situation. Firstly, when we agreed terms for the fight, it took us over a week to receive a draft contract. We have not had the contract for 14 days. Over the next week, we've worked tirelessly and had a number of meetings with Queensberry to get the contract in some kind of decent shape. Last Monday, we sent our final draft of the contract to Queensberry, only to see that Tyson Fury has publicly pulled out of the fight and it was no longer on the table. Yesterday, we received comments back from Queensberry on our final draft of the agreement, of which is now being reviewed. I'm not sure why Tyson Fury keeps setting unrealistic deadlines while also offering the fight to a number of other heavyweights for the selected date. If he is serious about the fight being made, I suggest he allows Matchroom and Queensberry to keep working hard to make the fight, of which everyone has been trying hard to do. You can't publicly keep pulling out of the fight and then restart negotiations when there has been so many positive conversations already had. We'll see what happens from here. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn. In other words, people, this fight ain't going to get signed today. And when I heard the news about an hour and a half ago, you guys know because the video is out, on Tyson Fury extending the deadline, the first thing that popped in my mind was, well, did the lawyers, did they stop when they heard Tyson Fury said that it was off the table, and called AJ a coward and a shit house, and called Eddie Hearn and, all those guys over there on Team Joshua cowards and shit houses and whatever, dulces. And now it's back on. So, it's crazy now. And I wished Tyson Fury shouldn't have said anything until he knew that it was totally off the table, unless he was really serious about it being off the table. See, now it's a fair argument. Well, you told us it was done. It was no longer valid. It was no longer acceptable. This is not the fight for you. You guys blew it. That means what it is. And then when you're dealing with someone like Tyson Fury, now I can understand how difficult that process could be. Now, I don't know. Again, I still don't know if they stopped, but according to Eddie Hearn, they're still working with it with both teams. And like I told you guys last night, Tyson Fury should just chill. Sit back, shut the fuck up, and wait. But if you know you don't want that Joshua fight, and I don't know if he does or don't at this point. I don't. I really don't know if Tyson Fury wants it or not. I just know that's what it appears to, but each time it appears to, it's always some funny shit with it. Like, hey, yeah, I've decided to extend it. Oh, when? Until when? Oh, today. Like, oh, okay, today, dude, like, all right, today's Thursday. Like, why today versus Monday, and then why not longer if you're going to extend it? And then again, how do you know that they continued working on a fucking fight you say you didn't want? That's just common sense. See, people will, oh man, well, they should have it. What's the problem? Well, the problem is you should ask both guys. Eddie Hearn just said, well, obviously the draft was wrong and how the contract was put together was all jacked up. So maybe Eddie's implying that maybe Queensberry don't know how to put together a contract. That's what he may be saying about that team without trying to just publicly diss them. But he was like, well, that contract was all over the place. Things were said that we didn't understand or wasn't written properly. And when that happens, though, if there's some type of error in the vernacular of the spelling and everything else, it has to be set back. because you have to know exactly what they intended on saying if they misspelled anything. Now, I know that much, and I don't know much about contracts at all, but I know if something is not right, you can't sign something until you know it's right based on what the intentions in writing is from the people that's sending it. Counterpunch. So with Tyson saying that, and he's offered to fight to Derek Chisora, Manuel Char, but not Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce is a Queensberry fighter, that makes you wonder too. And, it's crazy about this. And I'm going live here maybe in a few hours, like I promised you guys about this whole thing, because this is big news, but how big is it? It looks like more big drama to me, because it's like, okay, well, will this fight be made? Can this fight get made? And I'm like, well, I don't know at this point, but it won't get signed today. But if Tyson Fury is, I suggest Tyson Fury should allow Frank Warren, since there is progress still going on with the negotiations, I think that they should let that fight go. But then here's the thing. How much time do you, realistically, do you need to make a fight like that based on when the fight's supposed to happen? Bro, the 3rd will be Tuesday. No, Monday. The 3rd will be Monday. The 3rd of October will be Monday. And the fight's supposed to be in December on the 3rd. Well, and if they're still working on it in 2 months in, or at that 2-month deadline, man, that's, and hopefully they're training though, but we don't know how that goes. And one thing I want to leave you guys with is Eddie Hearn was like, well, we didn't have this for 14 days. We didn't have this shit for 14 days. And if he said if we had something for 14 days, but that something wasn't a contract that really was put together in the proper format. That's what I think he's saying. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn responding to Tyson Fury's extension. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.